When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross-Ade Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Purdue Boilermakers. 48 Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started.
Entering play call screen.
Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Boilermakers offense will go on the attack first. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pollack.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just
entering play call.
He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. Makes the grab. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The give to the back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Ross. That'll be enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 48.
As a play caller, you love to see your guys getting into a rhythm early in the game, right? 3rd down, you dial up the slant. It's a good route, a good throw. This offense is off to a nice start.
And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The Irish generating heat from the linebacker position. A Mike Stonebreaker, Manti Te'o type play.
And when you can get linebackers that can get after the quarterback, that can be a force on 1st, 2nd, and 3rd down, get in the quarterback's face, make his life heck. Really nice job by the linebacker there.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
And the Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. On his way back from the 20. And he's going to get it up to about the 29-yard line before he's brought down. So Notre Dame's offense will get the ball for the first time. Hopefully we'll see a performance today like the one that this guy had last week, where basically he just ran wild through the defense.
He made that defense look silly. Out in the open field, he's making people miss, breaking tackles, scoring touchdown after touchdown. And this offense has vowed to find new ways to get him the football. So we're going to see something else that we haven't seen before because of this guy's unique talent in this one.
Yeah, and the defense, all eyes on him. That will be the main focus. More guys in the box. I wonder if it opens up the play-action game, winner throws, and maybe some big plays through the air because they know he is the man, he is the guy, he is priority number one.
There are 14 categories. You have 8 options. Try the selected.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. To the air, it's Carr. Throws to the tight end. Got him downfield. Slips one guy, and now he's loose. He found plenty of room, and he gets it to the 39-yard line. Marcus Freeman added another chapter to the year 3 success stories of Notre Dame coaches taking the Irish to the national championship game, and he looks like a cornerstone coach for the future.
It was so impressive what they were able to do, bouncing back from an early season loss against Northern Illinois when everybody counted them out. He's done an outstanding job recruiting. He's got a great coaching staff. This team is built and ready to make another run.
Yeah, he's got superstar written all over him. He has the next coach to break that ceiling and win a title. Just recruiting up, belief up, discipline up. Notre Dame looks like a national championship contender.
Here's a heat. Blasted as he lets it go. Forced out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 34.
I like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
That last completion sets him up on 2nd down. Back to pass. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
3rd and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Cross. Curl.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another 1st down. Scanning the field, it's Carr. Pressure coming. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And for quarterbacks throwing the ball down this close to the goal line, because there's so many bodies in such a small space, oftentimes routes take a little bit longer to develop, and it forces quarterbacks to have to hold on to it a little bit longer. That's the risk and danger with throwing the ball so close to the goal line. You might get sacked.
It's caught downfield. And the defense drags him down.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Under fire. Touchdown, Notre Dame. Fitted in the window for the score.
And it's money time. It's 3rd and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game.
Options, pad attempt is selected.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stops at the 18.
Categories.
The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Tight end now in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he runs into a wall. Maybe got it back to the line of scrimmage.
There are 6 categories.
We'll see if they can dig one up that goes forward this time on 2nd down from the 18. Looking to fire. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period.
There are 6 categories.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've come to the end of one, and let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second.
Entering base model screen, you have 2 options.
So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. Wide receiver comes in motion. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this was one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Boilermakers line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He gets a block, and the returner will be brought down.
Entering play, run, power. There are 9
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving.
TNT and
They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. From the gun, the running back looking for room.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll leave it with him. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
Motion from the wideout. They'll run it out of the shotgun. This defensive front just ran free in the backfield. He'll lose 3. The Irish will need to move the sticks up 3rd and long to keep this drive going. From the shotgun, the inside give. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, this offense, they started the drive with great field position. They're being methodical here. They're not hitting the home run necessarily and scoring these big explosive touchdowns, but they're getting 3rd down conversions. They're staying on the field. They do a nice job there running the football. They look like they're in control. That's a good sign.
Running to the left. Turning it on. Headed to the end zone. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Irish. That touchdown gives his team a pretty significant lead at this point.
And that's what you want. You want to start fast. You want everything to come out and start clicking, make some plays. It doesn't always work that way, but when you do, man, the energy, the crowd, everybody's into it. Now the other team better respond.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Attempt is selected.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point makes it 14-0. So they covered 42 yards on the drive. And the score came on an impressive run from the 20. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Wants to go up top. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one. The Boilermakers will send out the punt unit. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit.
Concept. There are 8 categories. There are 9 subcategories. Option is set to count to 9 plays. You have 7 options. Round is selected. Up, quick pass. Option. Coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Got his man downfield. He's loose. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Once he got a step, it was all over right to the house. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 25 clash today. Oklahoma is currently ahead early in this one, but they just haven't been able to pull that schooner away offensively. They're up by 7 over Auburn.
Entering base.
Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest.
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
And after that last sack, man, you could just see it. They are feeling themselves. After pitching a shutout last week, after dominating early in this game, it just seems like they're playing with a different aggression and a different level of intensity than what their opponent is. They have been so dumb.
Coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
Boy, this defense is ridiculous. On point, they know how to rush the passers. Multiple guys getting it done. 5 sacks, and we are still in the first half.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains, they were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Boilermakers will punt this one away. I'm not sure if he could have kicked it farther by using his knee, but it's not exactly the longest punt. And the punt team able to swing him to the ground.
Play call, coach suggestions. There are 8
Here come the Irish back on offense. They're already in field goal range, but Jesse, they want to be aggressive, but they can't take a negative play.
The play caller's got to look up and down his sheet here to find a shot to the end zone, David. Be aggressive and see if you can get a touchdown late.
Wow, knowing that I've got 3 in my back pocket. Don't force the ball into a bad situation, but we're definitely trying to get a touchdown.
Finds a crease at the 20. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right up the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
He rolls all the way down the 5-yard line before they finally...
There are 9. Entering pause. Call timeout is selected.
Stop. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half.
Entering
Maybe a
play
chance
call,
to get off
power.
a couple more
there are
plays.
9 categories. You have 11 options. Counter. Outside zone. Draw. Concept. There are 8 categories. There are 9 subcategories. Options. Play type. There. Personnel. There are 8 categories. You have 8 recent. There are 8 personnel. There are 8 play type. There are concept. There are 8 formation. There are 8
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Option is set to wing tight. D12 plays. You have 6 options. Gun is selected.
The delay
Entering
of game pushes
screen,
the
you have
offense
5
back.
options. Inside zone. Draw. Concept. There are 8 categories. There are formation. There is goal line. Normal. You have 12 options. HB dive is selected.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They're going to take another delay of game penalty. You just can't have these types of mistakes. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough.
Select power O.
Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. On the run, it's Love. And this one will be...
Enter. Challenge play is selected.
For no gain.
Entering play. Entering. View. Call timeout is selected.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Entering play call. Normal. You have 12 options. Formation. There are 8 Hail Mary. Special teams. Field goal. There are 6 categories.
And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. Not a chance. Missed it. After the missed field goal, hey, could be worse. You're still up by 21. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And talk about a first half for the dude in that backfield. That coaching staff has been giving rave reviews on a weekly basis. And through 2 quarters today, he's been a complete game changer. He's breaking the will of this defense, and that's something that's just very tough to quantify. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin.
Options.
And the Boilermakers will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Looking for an alley from inside his own 20. Needed just a little more help. Turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down to the 29. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Let's see if they can keep that first half momentum rolling.
Formation, there are 9 cap, jet HP duo.
Let's see what they have dialed up as this drive starts from the 29-yard line. They'll start this third quarter with a run. Pretty good job of running to get two there to the 32.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. The inside handoff. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And that's a great sign for this offense because this year we know there's been a little bit of inconsistency, and I think the biggest problem has been 3rd down. Right there, nice job executing, running the ball, picking up the first, and keeping this drive alive.
Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Makes him talk to the hand. Tough run in this part of the field. He's got 4 down to the 23. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Entering play call, power. There are 9 categories.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Wide receiver going in motion. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Irish relying on the running game to give them this fresh set of downs. On the run, it's Love. Runs through a tackle. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
And running really has been the key on this drive, guys. Lots of success right there. They generate another explosive play. Their success running the ball, big reason why they've been able to put up a lot of points and have a really nice lead in this one. And now back in the red zone again, they're looking to add to that lead.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he's brought down at the line of scrimmage, and the ball will stay at the 2.
This defense obviously knows they've got to be able to stop the run if they're going to win this football game. And you wonder if they've been able to make some tweaks and adjustments to try and take this running back away.
Beck's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And the offense continues to run the football. The 2nd rushing touchdown from the running back. The offensive line paving holes. Continue to feed this man the ball.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead.
15 options, attempt is selected.
And the extra point makes it 28-0. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Missouri is getting hammered right now. They are the nail, and that figurative mallet is just pounding them into the ground. What a bad look. They're trailing by 14 to South Carolina. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition, and if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Leaves it with the running back. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying and have had very little success.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the 3rd downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football in 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
And I wish I could bring you some hope, but, man, this defense, again, you know, they already got the lead. They got their ears pinned back. They're rushing the quarterback. I know this one's over, but offensively, let's find a way to protect our guy, put something together. Maybe we find a way to make this respectable at some point in the football.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Boilermakers send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Here's the punt, and it is not a very good one. A short punt. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Here comes the Irish, back on offense. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming, you know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting the push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Maybe that stop shows this defense
inside,
is tightening up, especially in the run game. The offense, frankly, they've been able to do whatever they want to do. They're just handing the ball off. This guy's having success left and right. No sir, no mas, get it together.
Dropping back, it's Carr. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Options. Drive is selected. Dagger.
We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th.
Categories. You have 8 options. Drive is selected.
They go back to work in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on 1st down. He wants it all. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing...
Intercepted to stop the threat.
Reese, I know you're a little bit of a front runner, so you probably wouldn't quit. You probably sub yourself out and take yourself out of the game, but I like that they're continuing to fight. Keep fighting. You never know what's going to happen. Actually, you know what? I know you're not going to win, but it doesn't matter. Keep fighting to the very end.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
First order of business, get out of this hole as the drive starts at their own 7-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Finds the tight end. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam.
Entering
They
play
make
call,
the stop,
coach
but the sweet
suggestions.
moving
There are
catch
6
is plenty to give him a
categories.
first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Trying to move them on the counter. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Entering play call, coach
And this offense has to
There are
find a way
6
to run the football. And
categories.
they got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Man, the sack, and this offense has just struggled. They haven't done anything right, and they got a full quarter to go. Like, they got to find something in this next quarter to hang their hat on, something to leave with some positive vibes.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Yeah, and this defense just putting the cherry on top of the sundae. They've been all over the place. They've done a great job. Their offense has built a huge lead. We're just counting down the minutes on the clock now.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Boilermakers will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. That punt was a bit rushed, and it showed with a short kick. Touchdown, Irish! Special teams proving to be special. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start.
And every year there's exciting new freshmen to look at and talk about and pub up. And this guy got a lot of that pub, and you see why. The dynamic play on special teams. You can see the speed, you can see the wheels, and you know the reason the fans were jacked up when they signed this guy this year.
Ready to try the point after.
You have 15 options. Pat attempt is selected.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead.
Entering play call.
So his big play capability was on full display in that one as he took that punt back for the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. This drive will open from the 15. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And how about the hat trick? Like adding insult to injury. You got him in passing situation. You know what's coming. All I'm doing right now is trying to pad my stats and get those sacks.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 6 categories.
The Boilermakers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll give it to the back. Punches ahead, they'll give him a yard to the 13.
Play call, coach suggestions.
I think the offensive coordinators over there going, thank goodness we don't play them every week. This defense has been suffocating. This offense got to find something moving forward that they can hang their hat on, some kind of identity. Today they were shut down, but listen, there's a game next week, right? Like, got to continue to find what it is that makes this team go, that makes them tick, that makes them get first downs and hopefully move the football.
Categories.
And the Boilermakers decide to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He gets it away from his own end zone. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down.
Coach suggestions.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware. But
there he goes. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
Well, what I love about this team early this year is it looks like they can fight through adversity. They started the year 2-0. This game looked like it was in the balance here in the fourth quarter. But after watching them answer with that last touchdown drive, that shows me they've got the mental toughness to potentially make a run this year.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories. You have 15 options. Pad attempt is selected.
And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Utah State is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Aggies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today.
Suggestions. There are 6 categories.
From the gun. Give on the inside. They'll knock him down after a pickup of 1 to the 18.
Entering play call, coach suggestions.
There
There are 6
His offense
categories.
looking for anything to cut into this big lead. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Singleton. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
You have 5 options.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Gets rid of it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Boilermakers will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. And the returner will be knocked down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 8 categories.
Here come the Irish back on offense.
Suggestions. There are
They
8
have dropped a
categories. You have
hush
5
on this
options.
entire stadium,
All
David, by
eyes
controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
You have 11 options.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
The stop is made right at the 36-yard line. The defense coming up big on 3rd down.
Concept. There are 8
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.
Trying to keep the drive alive. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Suggestions. There are 6
It is what it is. There's no
categories.
pressure. This game's over. You're up by a ton of points. They're not going to come back here in the fourth quarter, so you're just trying to put up more stats. And listen.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
Well, this defense is eyeing the scoreboard. You know they're looking up there. They want to keep this goose egg intact. They've been so good all game long, still playing with phenomenal effort here in the fourth quarter, creating that fumble and takeaway.
Entering play call, concept, there are 8 categories. Option, quick pass. Ohio, there are 6 categories. You have 4 options. Drive is selected.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
Looking to pass, it's Carr. Lets it go to the end zone. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Coach suggestions. There are 8
and they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense.
Entering play
Very
call,
impressive
you have 5
performance.
options. Kickoff
And he
is
knocked
selected.
that one right down the middle. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to
Entering
put a
play
stop
call,
to that
coach
return.
suggestions. There are 6 categories.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. First play of the drive wants to throw. Quickly complete. Tackle is made at the 22 and a nice 10-yard pickup there.
There are 6
On first down
categories.
from their own 22. It's a lost cause, but they keep fighting. Snagged in the middle, it's Watson. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out, execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for all
You have 3 options.
That will put the
Stats
wrap
is
on
selected.
things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.